Hey guys, Justin here with Rampengu Nation, and I just made my Lunalight deck profile for the new ban list. This is a new deck that I think that you should use for the new list for Lunalight Orcus. The whole point of this channel is to provide competitive content for you, and this is going to actually feature some new cards out of Chaos Impact. So to get into the profile, as you can see, it's like the layout of it's very similar to Ramiro Garcia's first place Texas list with a few moderation like differences to it, and that's because of the how the list has impacted it. So you can no longer play like the Floodgate and the Griffin combo. So I've opted to do different things. So for the deck, I play one Armageddon Knight. It's a star just like Kaleido Check, or it's just a it can dump Orcus pieces too, so it makes it very good. We play our Zephyros as our extender, a combo facilitator with along with the Tiger. The two Mothman as our dangers, two Nessie, two Jackalope, and two Such. Mothman is the best one next to the core 6 because it's a level 4, so Choop would also work. But it's better than Choop because it can also filter your deck. One Gizmic Orochi. I like this card a lot per se because it lets you make Brawl Sword and like dodge Nibur very easily. It protects you in a lot of instances, and it's just overall a very strong card in any deck that plays Orcus. One Emerald Berry because she's our filter for our Lunalight monsters, and she's an extended to Reviver Martin if it gets banished by DD Crow per se. 3 Kaleido Check. He's our starter of the deck basically. 3 Tiger, she's our extended to Kabaraka Kaleido. And then 2 Yellow Martin, she's our facilitator for a combo because she keeps looping basically. I opted to play Nibiru instead of Impermanence in the main deck because it's all depending on the popularity of Lunalight Orcus if this is good. If a lot of people right now are playing Solemn Gate, which is I think is the most represented deck, this card is better to play than Impermanence because it prevents you from getting Dweller a lot stronger. It lets you push through because if they have Will and you stop Salary, they can still Dweller you, and Dweller is this deck's biggest weakness. So playing a card that lets you prevent that is very huge and crucial. If the format shifts, if more Lunas come into the format, Impermanence will go into the main over Nibiru. One Symbol Skeleton because this list only needs one. 2 Harpor and 2 Orcus Nightmares. I still opted for 2 and 2 instead of 3 and 1 because you always want your Harp live when you have Babble Up to special Nightmare from the deck. You want to hire Orcus monsters that do something in your deck because with the dangers and with you discarding cards and filter, you want to sometimes open them so that way you don't need to rely on making Curious to send Harp. World 1 to banish, get back our banished Orcus pieces, which is nice. You can also it just lets you like filter back and not have to rely on our Galatea to do it. 3 Fire Formation Tenki, our starter. 1 Foolish Barrel, nice extender. Can either dump our Luna pieces or Orcus pieces. 3 Foolish Barrel of Goods, to dump our either Serenade Dance or Perfume, which is our starter. So this card is like very, very insane, especially when you open it in conjunction with Kaleido. 1 Orchestra Babel. I think you need to play this card in any Orcus variant, no matter how small the Orcus package is, because it allows you to play on your opponent's turn, which is very, very huge. 1 Serenade Dance, important because you grab it off of Martin. You can't grab Perfume, just so you know. You cannot because it has Luna Space Light, as you can see. Whereas Serenade Dance is just Luna Light, all is one word. So Martin can only grab Serenade Dance. And then 1 Crescendo for Galatea. For our side deck, we play 3 Artifact Lands here. It's best side deck card versus anything that banishes this format. So I think it's very crucial to play, especially since we're main on Nibiru. 3 Gamma and 1 Driver. If you go first, it's basically a call by the grave because you can protect your Foolish Barrel Goods and your Tenki and your Foolish Burial because everybody's gonna shotgun their hand traps because this deck turbos out Azathoth. 3 Twin Twisters because you need back row removal. 3 Infinite Impermanence because you need to be able to stop decks that can make Azathoth and it doesn't get hit by Call by the Grave, so this is a very, very, very good card. And 2 Red Reboot because of back row decks. For the extra deck I play, as you can tell, like it's 15, a lot of 3 ofs. The Red Reboot would be a 3 of if I wasn't playing the 4 of like Gamma package basically. For the extra deck I play 1 Abyss Dweller. 1 Tiger King because sometimes you need to bank him if you're missing a piece of the combo because you get Tenki and you combo with it. 1 Dingirsu, you only need 1 in this list. Azathoth and Yarla. The whole reason why I think this list is very, very good because it doesn't lose to Nibiru because of this combo. 1 Force Tricks to be able to grab your Zephyros. 1 Tornado Dragon. one barricade blocker. He now becomes our mermaid of the deck essentially because he is a dark machine. He fits that dark requirement for a Curious, but he also fits our type requirement because we're essentially always going to have like a winged beast, a beast warrior, and we need like a third typing, and he fits it. Also, he can pitch Serenade Dance at the beginning of your combo because it checks on resolution in your grave whether you would like to add back a field spell or a continuous shot from your grave to your hand, so it doesn't check upon its initial activation. So at the end of your turn, if you have a legal one to add back, you add it back. Otherwise, like, it doesn't matter. Like, he doesn't have to have an original one in the grave for it to activate, which is why he's really good. One Broadsword to kill your opponents. Curious to dump your heart part pieces. One Galatea, only one's needed because we play our new addition to the deck, one of my favorite link twos, IP Masquerena. She allows you to link on your opponent's turn, so generally whenever you would make the second Masquerena, whenever you make the second Galatea, you can either make A, Longirsu, or B, you go into Masquerena, which I'll showcase in the combo. One Nightmare Phoenix is good back removal, and one Nightmare Unicorn is problem removal, and also interruption of your opponent's turn with Masquerena. And the one Longirsu, obviously. So that's it for the deck profile. Let me show you guys the combo. Alright guys, so for the combo, I just pulled up like a simple hand here. I pulled up like Jackalope, Kaleido Check, and Tiger. I can show you like Kaleido Check, Tiger if you want in another video, but this one is to show you a combo with Azathoth and how this deck prevents itself from getting Kneebrewed. So that's why I decided to do Kaleido Check, Tiger, and an Extender. So to start off the combo, this Jackalope could be Nessie as well, or any other monster, as long as you pitch like another monster from your hand with the danger monster per se. So the reason why that's necessary is because you need something engraved for Nero to activate. Okay, so to start the combo, we go into Kaleido, pitch Martin, and then we do Scale Tiger, revive Martin, then we make our Nala, and then you know, usually like you'd use the danger effect anyway, but if you have other monsters in your hand, but just for the sake of purposes, like I don't know, let's say you have like 2 impermanences, which I don't main, but just for sake of argument, we're just gonna pitch our Jackalope to do the rank up effect. So now this is your 4th summon with the Nessie. You can use Narla's effect, switch, and then you're going to get Jackalope underneath it. And then now you're going to use Martin's effect out of your Serenade Dance. Make your Azathoth. Don't forget to make your Azathoth, by the way. Azathoth's your 5th summon, so you can't get Kneebrewed, which is perfect. And now we're going to use those guys into a Barricade Board blocker. And a pitch our Serenade Dance, and then revive our Martin. And then I explain why you can use this effect because it checks upon resolution at the end phase. So initially, that's how it's been ruled for me, and that's what people have told me the ruling is. So I'm going to go off the assumption that this is correct. So Barricade, pitch the Serenade Dance, bounce back Tiger with Martin, and then Special Martin. Rescale our Tiger, revive our Kaleido Check. Dump our second Martin, just good filtering. We're going to make our Raid Raptor Forstrix. We're going to use its effect now. We're going to add to hand our Zephyros the Elite. And then we are going to Serenade Dance Engrave. We're going to pitch our Zephyros the Elite, special a Kaleido Check. And now we have a Beast Warrior, Winged Beast, and a Machine on the field. So what that means is that we're able to make Curious with all 3 of these cards now. And we use Curious's effect to dump our Heart Portal to the grave. We have to do the mandatory mill 3. We're going to use Zephyrus' effect to bounce our Tiger to hand, and we rescale our Tiger to resummon our Kaleido. Now we can make any rank 4 here. I choose always Blind Dweller because Salamander is the most popular deck of the format. If you know you're playing against a backer deck, you can make Tornado Dragon this spot. We're going to use Heart Pourer's effect now, and we're going to summon Nightmare from our deck. I put back a Nightmare from our mills into the deck because like, I'm assuming we mill like utter bad stuff. So the whole point is if you mill Nightmare, obviously you're going to grab Symbol. But I'm going to assume like we milled like a Kneebrew instead. So you're going to see me here put back the Nightmare into the deck. And then we're just going to put a Kneebrew there. So now we're going to make a Galatea. And then we're going to use Galatea's effect. Well, we're going to use Nightmare's effect first, sorry. Because we want to shuffle back the Wand. Get Wand. Use Wand's effect to revive our Nightmare. And now we're going to use Galatea's effect to shuffle back our Wand. To grab our Orchestrated Babel. Babel is going to be there. Use Dingirsu. Dingirsu's effect to attach her Heart Pourer. So now our grave is going to have 2 Orcus pieces in it, which is very good for grinding. We're gonna make our Galatea. Oh no, actually we're making our IP Masquerena here. So this is how the ending board's gonna look like. We're gonna have a Dweller and a Masquerena. At the end phase, Barricade Blocker will try to add back something to your hand, but you have no target, so it's gonna try to resolve. You have nothing legal to add back. If you milled, let's say, a Tenki off of your Curious, you can add it back for free, which is cool. If you milled your Babble, you can add back your Babble and just go for like a Crescendo play instead. So it's really nice that like it has some cool niche interactions with the blocker. Curious does. So now we're gonna pass our opponent. Then we're gonna use our Nightmare Engrave, boost our Masquerena, dump our Symbol Skeleton. Then a first form interruption, we can use our Dingirsu to send off their monster. So, oh yeah. So we also have 2 duds in our hand. So I'm assuming we had 2 Nibiru's in our hand, which were unusable. Obviously, I would just use Jackalop's effect instead of just using Gnarl's effect, just so we can filter our deck. But we're assuming like they're just utter duds, like they're like completely unusable, etc. So, Nair feels Masquerena ding Dweller in their turn. Obviously, I'll use Dweller's effect at some point in the turn. So now, this is where I use Harpor's effect, because we're going to try to quick link on their turn. So because we have 2 cards in our hand, this is why this is important. We can either A, make you a Unicorn here. So now Unicorns are for interruption because of IP's effect. Keep in mind, you can only special summon dark monsters because we're using our Orcus cards on their turn. So you can't make Appaloosa on their turn, unfortunately, with the thing. Otherwise, that would be very cool, but that would be that would be cheating. You can make Bomber instead, though, or Trisbana or anything like that of that sort. So, but you can't make like anything that's a non-dark. But luckily for us, Unicorn's a dark. It's all bright. You know, I thought Griffin would be the dark, but for some reason, Unicorn is. Anyway, so Unicorn's effect triggers. We spin back a card. Now I'm going through like an alternate play you can do instead. Instead of making Unicorn, because some cases they're gonna set themselves up to get hit by Long. So now you have Long's effect you can trigger now, and then we shuffle back 2, and then we send off our linked card with Long. So that gave that combo let us play through any hand trap that was not impermanence because of Azathoth. It allows us to have 2 forms of interruption, either that being Unicorn / Longirsu and Dingirsu interruption, and also we end with a Dweller. And for next turn, we filled our grave with a Nightmare to be able to send our wand or symbol, etc. And then we still have our Tiger in scale. Also, the combo can like differ based on like if we open Perfume instead of Collider, you can go for the Crescendo play with Ding, because then you would have 1 extra monster in the field. Any extra monster in the field lets you get Ding, Galatea, Dweller, Crescendo if you choose to do that play instead. Because the only reason why we're lacking that play is because we needed somehow to link off the Galatea and then revive it with Symbol. But that's the whole reason why we sent Wand instead. But yeah, this was just a base combo. Like I said, this deck's very freestyly. It just depends on like what your hand is at the time and what cards you have in combination with what cards to how it can play. I will thanks for the view. Thanks for watching. This is Justin with Rampengu Nation. Be sure to check out Midwest Gaming. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment what you guys would like me to do more. I can do more Lunalight videos or a different deck per se. Like just comment down below what you'd like. But thanks for the support.